The same friend that got me my gas tank and my power brake booster bracket for this van also was able to get me a radiator. This is a NOS radiator from some other vehicle, like maybe a F100, but he has put the brackets on it, I guess soldered the brackets on from an original van. So here is the new, I'm about to open it up, and here's the old. It had gone leaky and was not fixable. I picked this up from him in Pennsylvania on the way back from the Monte Club. Well, he's a Monte Club member as well. And so before I left, I made out of this kind of like a fiber board type stuff, and I measured and made a something safe to ship it back in. Just carried it back in the trunk of the car. Took my old radiator and drew this, and just traced this both sides, got the holes. I overlaid the new radiator and it is perfect. Of course, I'm also going to clean it up and paint it. What you doing? What you doing? Jeez. This is the other part that Randy from Pennsylvania was able to get me. So these rode home with me all the way from the first generation Monte Carlo meet. A split 2-piece exhaust manifolds for a 300. Now these came on the, like say, the 87 and up 300 with the EFI engine. But this is a smart upgrade. I can run true dual exhaust now. I think you get a little bit of a horsepower bump, but not much. But it's a nice part. It's a nice upgrade. Now I've got some paint on the way, some high temperature primer and paint. And these will be baked in the oven. So when that paint comes in, it should be interesting to follow those directions and see if these, if the paint will hold up on these through time. Got the transmission cross member painted up. This thing was really nasty. It took quite a bit of time to paint, make it look nice. And I'm putting some final touches on painting this this intake dark blue. Painting this radiator too. For the drive shaft, we're blessed enough here in Anderson, my hometown, to have a drive shaft shop. But the guy is retiring. I asked him how long he's been doing it. He said 48 years. He took on this project to balance this and press the U-joints in. It may be one of his last jobs. He's closing up shop. They're having an auction, selling all of his equipment. 48 years drive shaft shop here in Anderson. He put it on the balancer for me and showed me it was very true. I'll clean it up with this wire wheel here. It didn't take me long to figure out I needed something a little more aggressive, so I switched to this flap disc. As I was going, I hit the weight and it just flew right off, so there was basically no penetration on this weld. So I'm going to re-weld that right into place. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit better weld here, because that almost looks like you could take it right off with your fingers. Alright, I just got done welding these on. There's my weld right in the middle. And The other one is right there. So you can see that's not going to come off. This is the one that did fly off. And here's my new weld. There's his. And there's mine. So I feel like that's an improvement. I don't think those weights are going anywhere now. I went ahead and used some gloss black on that. And I cleaned this with a brush and washed it off with degreaser. I'm gonna have to wait until the wife is gone and out of her kitchen to bake these. The paint calls for baking them in 3 different stages at 3 different temperatures with a cool down between each. So it's gonna take probably 2 hours total for the process. Nice Rock Auto order here. 2 headlight connectors, a new radiator cap, and this was the expensive item. Newly rebuilt carburetor. I went with an original Carter YF that's been remanufactured by, let's see, Urimco, and it cost about triple what one of those cheap Chinese knockoff carburetors cost. But I read the reviews on the reproductions, and people were saying these are just so unbelievably cheap. It's just incredible how cheaply made they are. So I splurged on this. It was, I think, about $175. All right, it's mail time. I got this package from Kevin Fillingham. He is on Facebook. He has tons of parts for these vans. This is the often rusted out part. It goes right there. So this looks like it's supposed to fold under here, but I don't see a hole there. So maybe I'll dig out the hole. Maybe it filled in with paint or something. I have to figure that out later, but I'm going to paint it. It's been sandblasted. Here it is beside the old one, by the way. I got the engine off of the stand because I need to put the rear main seal in and put the flex plate on. Guys, I am out here. It is blazing hot. I've got this in the mail. It's got this inner sleeve that removes. I'm supposed to knock this in. And in order to knock it in evenly, I got this 4-inch PVC cap. And if I hit this thing straight in, well, it almost does it with my fist. But I'm going to get a hammer. I want this thing to tap in real nice and even. So far, so good. And this is going to come out. All right. It's almost flush now. Beautiful job there. That went really well. So again, that's a 4-inch PVC cap. Put it in with this and then peel that out. And you've got a good finish there. So now I'm going to try putting on the flex plate, and then I can lift the engine into the vehicle. Now the original flex plate was all chewed up, so Randy in Pennsylvania found me a perfect replacement. Notice there's only one way this can go on. See, this is not going to work. Works here, but not here. Turn this, of course that doesn't work. That doesn't quite work. Looks like it would here, but here you see it doesn't. But if you turn it the exact right way, that ain't it. But I found out it's this right here. So that prevents you from putting it on unbalanced, I guess. Now what I'm going to do is put some blue Loctite on these and torque them to specs and go from there. Now you're going to want to subscribe because this engine will be going in the van on the next video. Okay, I'll see you guys the next time. Hope it's a week. Might be 2 because of the heat. I might have to work at night sometimes. But I am determined to get this van on the road. So the proper torque spec for this is 80 foot-pounds. I'm going to try to put this in here to keep it from turning.